This is KSN3 News, and we have some breaking news. Just about now, an explosion has occurred at the Biocenter laboratory at Remastered Clinic, and has caused a major fire to the area. However, there was no one injured after the explosion has occurred. This was believed that there was an experiment that went horribly wrong that caused the lab to explode. The fire department are currently being sent in to put out this fire. Anyone near this area must stay away from the area until the fire has been put out. This has been KSN3 News. Regular programming will resume now.
I'm fighting inside. Some days, 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 I'm fighting inside.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita Emergency Management. At around 1:32 p.m., an explosion has occurred at the Biocenter laboratory at Reardon Clinic, and has caused a major fire to spread near the area. This fire is spreading rapidly around the Northeast Heights area. It was believed that this explosion caused by a failed experiment that went horribly wrong in the Biocenter laboratory. However, no deaths or injuries have been reported as of right now. The fire department has been sent out to extinguish the fire. As of right now, all residents near the Northeast Heights area are advised to stay away from the Biocenter laboratory area until the fire has been put out. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further updates on this situation.
This is an urgent message from the Wichita Emergency Management. The fire that was caused by the explosion in the Biocenter laboratory has been put out, and the local area emergency issued about 32 minutes ago has now expired, but unfortunately, after the lab explosion, some unknown biological materials have been released and is spreading around the area. It is unknown on what these materials contain, or what impact it has on humans, but all residents near the Biocenter lab area should remain away from these materials, and remain indoors. More information will follow as it becomes available.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita Police Department. This is an urgent civil emergency message from the Wichita Police Department. Within the past 30 minutes, Police have gotten reports that people around Biocenter lab area have disappeared without a trace after coming into contact with some biological materials that were released from the lab after the explosion occurred. These people that have disappeared have reported to have lost their entire body after coming into contact with these biological materials. It is believed that these materials have the ability to transform the human body, but it is not confirmed as of yet. For the time being, avoid these materials, and remain alert for any suspicious activity.
The civil authorities have issued a civil danger warning for Sedgwick, KS. Beginning at 4:27 p.m. and ending at 6:36 p.m. Message from KFDI-FM. The Wichita Emergency Management Agency has reported more of these biological materials outside of the Biocenter lab area, and there had been more reports of people disappearing near Wichita State University. It has also been confirmed that these people that have disappeared have started to transform into a white unknown substance. It is unknown on how this is happening. It has also been confirmed that once a person has disappeared, they have transformed, and has lost their entire body, and is transformed into a new body. It is believed that these new bodies may not be human-like anymore, but it is not yet confirmed. For the time being, all residents are advised to remain alert, and look out for anything suspicious.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita Police Department and the Wichita Emergency Management Agency. This is an update referring to the civil danger warning issued 2 hours ago. The biological materials that were released from the Biocenter laboratory is now spreading into the city of Wichita and surrounding areas, with many more reports coming in that more people are starting to disappear and transform into some white unknown substance after coming into contact with these biological materials. It has still not been confirmed about what happens to these people after they have transformed, or what these people transform into after. As of right now, Residents around the city of Wichita must be on the lookout if anyone starts to transform or disappear, and for any of these materials. Stay tuned to media outlets for the latest information.
Good evening, this is KSN3 News. We have an update on the situation about the materials that were spreading into the city of Wichita. We have some new reports stating that people are disappearing, and then transforming into a white unknown substance after a person has come into contact with these materials. We do not know how these materials have the ability to transform a human being into a white substance, but emergency management and the police are currently trying to look into this situation as this develops. In addition, these people that have transformed into this new body are now considered dead after they have transformed. In addition, it has also been confirmed that once a human transformed, they are considered to be not human anymore. As of right now, all residents around the city of Wichita are advised to remain away from these materials, and remain on the lookout for any of these people transforming, and for any biological materials. Regular programming will now resume.
This is KEC 59, broadcasting on a frequency of 162.55 MHz. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service office in Wichita. Way through south central Kansas from tower of facilities furnished by KWCH-TV in North Wichita. Hazardous materials warning. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita Emergency Management Agency. The biological materials are spreading into the downtown Wichita area at a rapid rate. The materials have been cited as a white glue liquid-like substance. In addition, these materials are in fact made of unknown organisms that have the ability to transform a human into a white unknown substance. Do not make contact with these materials, as you will also be affected by these materials. Stay away from these materials as they are considered to be fatal to humans. All residents are advised to stay inside at this time until further notice. Hazardous materials warning. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita Emergency Management Agency. The biological materials are spreading. These are the 7 p.m. observations for the Wichita area. At Wichita Dwight D. Eisenhower National Airport, it was clear. The temperature was 53 degrees, the dew point 31, and the relative humidity 56%. The wind was northeast at 8 miles an hour, gusting to 15. The pressure was 28.31 and falling. At southwest Wichita, it was mostly clear. The temperature was 51 degrees. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita Police Department and the Wichita Emergency Management. A shelter-in-place warning now exists for the city of Wichita and surrounding areas. About 5 minutes ago, the materials have now spread through the city of Wichita. It was also reported that these materials have the ability to divide into little white slime-like puddles and are also spreading into the city of Wichita. At this time, all residents are advised to stay indoors at this time until police and emergency management have looked into the situation. Close and lock all doors and windows, and block off anything leading to outside world. If you are starting to feel concerned of your safety, you are allowed to evacuate to another safer area. Stay tuned for any more information on this developing situation. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Wichita Emergency Management and the Wichita Police Department. About 26 minutes ago, it was reported by the police that people transforming into the white slime-like substance are starting to transform into a white wolf creature after fully transforming. There has been a confirmed report of the symptoms of transforming. The symptoms are white slime moving over the entire body, growing a tail and fur, blue eyes, and sharp teeth. It has also been confirmed that making any physical contact with these creatures will also affect the untouched person, meaning that the unaffected people will start to transform as well. The name of these creatures are not able to be identified at this time. As of right now, it is still recommended that you do not go outside at this time. If you must go outside, you may do so at your own risk. If you see any of these wolf creatures, run away and hide in a safe location. Stay tuned for further news and information.
A civil authority has issued a local area emergency for the following counties or areas: Sedgwick, Kansas, at 8:56 p.m. on November 7, 2023, effective until 9:16 p.m. Message from IPOSCAP. There have been incoming reports of more biological materials in a black colorless liquid. These black materials are now spreading into the city of Wichita and surrounding areas. It has been reported that these black biological materials have the same organisms as the white biological materials. These materials have the same ability to transform a human into a black wolf creature with the following symptoms: the white mask automatically sticking to the face, black slime liquid moving all over the human body, wolf ears, growing a tail, and black fur, along with sharp claws. These creatures are identified to not look like a human being anymore. All residents are advised to not go near or make any contact with these materials, as you will be affected if made contact with these materials. A shelter-in-place order is still in effect until the situation has been resolved. The police have been sent out to try to kill off these creatures. Stay tuned for any updates relating to this current situation.
I wanna rush with you in the morning. I let go to feel more alive. I want those eyes to never be lonely. Let's make this night the time of our lives. I wanna rush with you in the morning. I let go to feel more alive.
The civil authorities have issued a hazardous materials warning for the following counties: Reno, KS, Sedgwick, KS, Harvey, KS. Beginning at 10:14 p.m. and ending at 12:36 a.m. November 8, 2023. The biological materials that were first reported in Sedgwick County have now started to spread into other parts outside of Sedgwick County and the city of Wichita, and there had been many reports from emergency management that people are also starting to transform into these white and black wolf creatures around the city of Hutchinson and to their surrounding areas. In addition, these materials along with the wolf creatures made from these materials are now spreading quickly around the state of Kansas. If this situation starts to get more and more worse, an evacuation order of this state will have to be put in effect until further notice. For the time being, you are advised to stay indoors and do not go outside for any reason, as it is too dangerous to go outside at this time. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further news and updates on this developing situation.
Including mental alertness from one serving to help keep me sharp. Try new Nariva Ultra. Think bigger.
Could we add a jelly donut?
Yeah. Can we add an old fashioned?
Can we have vanilla cream?
Can we have chocolate sprinkles?
Can we have vanilla sprinkles?
Can we have strawberry
Can we
sprinkles?
have
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Kansas City Police Department and the Kansas City Emergency Management. The Kansas City Police and Emergency Management are getting reports that people around Kansas City are starting to get reports of people starting to transform into white and black wolf creatures. The cause of this is due to some biological materials that were last seen in the middle of Kansas City. These creatures are already spreading at a very fast rate around Kansas City, and are attacking and assimilating other humans around the area. The Kansas City Police are advising all residents to stay away from these wolf creatures and remain vigilant at this time. Stay tuned into local media outlets for new updates on this unusual situation.
It's Santa. We got a problem. Ho, ho, ho!
This is KMBC 9 ABC News, and we have some breaking news resulting in the situation that happened in the state of Kansas yesterday. At 6:30 a.m., the Kansas City Police and other emergency management had started to get reports of people being attacked and assimilated into these white and black wolf-like creatures around Kansas City, along with reports of some biological materials which seem to be the same materials reported in the state of Kansas, which is now spreading very rapidly around Kansas City and other areas. The symptoms of being assimilated have been confirmed to be growing a wolf tail with wolf ears, growing fur, temporary unconsciousness, and a new structure of bones. As a matter of fact, the city of Kansas City will be put into a shelter-in-place order until the police and the emergency management have looked into this situation. Do not go outside as this will put your life at extreme risk. If you cannot find any indoor buildings, do your best to stay out of sight while looking for an indoor location. These creatures are now being considered to be dead humans. It has still not been identified or confirmed about what the name of these creatures could be, but all residents in Kansas City should remain vigilant at this time, and remain indoors at all costs. However, if this situation gets even more intense as time passes by, we may have to issue a statewide shelter-in-place order until further notice. The police and the emergency management are currently trying to stop this situation from going any further. 911 services will be temporarily unavailable due to this situation. This is KMBC 9 ABC News with a special report. Stay safe, and have a good evening everybody.
Immediate evacuation order for the states of Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri. The following message is transmitted at the request of the Federal Emergency Management Agency. A mandatory evacuation order has now been put into effect for the whole entire states of Kansas, Iowa, Nebraska, and Missouri. As of 7:48 a.m., the wolf creatures and the biological materials have now spread to these 4 states rapidly, and have started to assimilate humans within these 4 states. All residents in these mentioned states are advised to evacuate immediately. If you choose to refuse, you will face certain death. Ensure that you grab all needed supplies such as non-perishable food and water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, toiletries, and a battery or hand-cranked radio to remain updated on new information. Do not attempt to pick up any family members, friends, or any loved ones from schools, hospitals, or nursing homes. These places have their own safety evacuation plans. Do not delay. Evacuate now.
Good morning everyone, this is Fox 31 News with an important news report on the ongoing situation that happened in Kansas and other states. About 2 hours ago, there was an evacuation order that was put in effect in Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, and Nebraska. After the alert was issued, the creatures that were now identified as latex beasts are still continuing to spread throughout the central states in the U.S. It has also been confirmed that the biological materials that are considered to be fatal to humans are in fact latex. The National Guard is currently being sent out to try to kill off these creatures. Also, we are now getting word from our NDEC, and unfortunately, we are now getting a National Information Center being relayed. Everyone listening to this station, stand by for this national message.
National Information Center. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. Repeating, this is not a test. The creatures, now identified as latex beasts that originated from Kansas, have spread around the central states across the United States. The National Guard has been sent out to try to kill off these creatures, but unfortunately, all attempts so far are failing. These creatures are assimilating any human that they see without any sign of mercy. Due to the creatures spreading around the United States at a very quick rate, it is possible that another national alert may have to be issued if these creatures start to spread into all 50 states. For the time being, all residents that are hearing this message, no matter where you are right now, you are strongly advised to go indoors, and shelter in place. Grab any needed supplies for your stay in your shelter, such as food, water, clothing, medical supplies, a flashlight, and battery or hand crank powered radio to stay updated on new updates on this situation. If any of these creatures find a way into your home, you are allowed to use any force for your protection at all costs. Stay tuned for local media outlets for new updates on this unusual situation.
At around 10:57 a.m., there had been many reports of people transforming into white and black wolf creatures around the city of Toronto and other surrounding areas. The cause of this is due to some biological materials, identified as latex, has spread around the city of Toronto and other areas. These creatures are assimilating any human that they see and are showing no signs of mercy. All residents in the city of Toronto and other surrounding areas must hide in a safe location and avoid making any physical contact with these creatures. Making contact with these creatures will result in certain death. These creatures are identified as a human-like wolf creature with white or black fur with a mask on, sharp claws, large tail, and large wolf ears. Do not go outside for any reason unless you have a reason to go outside. Stay tuned for any updates on this situation via radio or media outlets.
The civil authorities have issued a civil danger warning for the following counties or areas, all of Colorado. Beginning at 12:26 p.m. and ending at 3:51 p.m. Message from KKMG-FM. This is a statewide civil danger warning. The latex beasts have spread quickly into the state of Colorado, along with other multiple states around the country, and are assimilating any human that they see, and are attacking anyone in other major cities around Colorado. The National Guard and the police have been sent out to try to kill off these latex beasts. It is not known of when this will be resolved. The entire state is currently being put into a shelter-in-place order until further notice. Those who do not choose to follow the shelter-in-place order will be putting their lives at extreme risk and possibility of death. If you cannot find any sort of shelter near you, go into the nearest building and hide in a safe location. If any of these latex beasts find an entrance to your shelter, you are allowed to use any armed protection, including lethal force. Do not go outside for any reason unless you have to for whatever reason. Stay tuned for further updates on this situation.
Huh? What was that? Oh no, it's those creatures. I see them assimilating more humans. Wait a minute, they are coming over to me. I guess I should run now.
Stand by. A message from the United States President will be relayed shortly. The following message is transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. Repeating, this is not a test. A global emergency has now been declared. As of 2:48 p.m., the creatures, known as latex beasts, have now spread to all 50 states across the country, including Alaska and Hawaii, and the rest of the world, assimilating all humans into white and black wolf creatures. It was also discovered right now that there had been other species of latex beasts in other areas, including sharks, tiger sharks, and other variants of canines and felines. These creatures are absolutely showing no mercy to any humans they see. There had been many attempts to try to kill off these creatures, but unfortunately due to the intensity of these creatures spreading across the world, all attempts have failed. There is now nothing that can be done to protect yourself, or to try anything else to try to stop this situation. The human population as this message is being sent out right now is decreasing very rapidly. Every world leader, including the United States presidents, are falling due to this very intense situation. The rest of the human population will be assimilated, and will go extinct within the next 12 hours. Humanity has fallen. Your final instructions are to gather all your family and friends together, and brace for the final hours of humanity. Pray to any religion that you are part of, ask for forgiveness. This concludes the final activation of the emergency alert system. The national anthem will be played for the final time, and all broadcasts will be terminated for good. Please stand by.